Hello everyone, welcome to High Tunstall's Journeying to and from School Safety video. As you know, our ethos is ready, respectful, safe, and this week we're going to look at safe behaviours, and part of that is our journey to and from school. So we're going to tell you a little bit more about 4 or 5 top tips. Here we go. So, top tip number 1, when journeying to and from school, always cross the road on a straight road where you can see and hear everything. Now I'm stood here at our lollipop section, okay, which is a straight road, as you can see. I can see both ways. I have the lollipop man as well to enable me to cross, excuse me, and then I can cross safely when they direct me to do so. If you should avoid, please, crossing at any kind of corners. The reason being is we know that traffic travels at speed down here, and if they can't see you, you won't be able to get out of the way in time. So always cross over on straight roads at the lollipop place. Thank you. Hello again. Top tip number 2 time. Okay, so if you're on this side of the road coming into school, ideally you should walk down the path all the way down to the crossing guards down there. We should not please be crossing at some key points. Firstly, you will notice here we have a bus stop. Okay, if there is a bus or any cars parked here or in the lay-by and you are trying to get into our top zigzag gate and you walk out in front of a car, then other cars travelling down will not be able to see you. There aren't any cameras on here, so cars roughly will be going anywhere between 30 and 40 miles an hour, and it's extremely dangerous. So be safe, everyone. Right, let's move on to top tip 3. Now then, so the next top tip we have here is at the main school gate. I'm quite often on duty down here, so you'll see me in this glamorous high-vis jacket, or gilet, shall we say, and we've got a bit of a blind spot. So if you're cycling in, if you're responsible, you're coming in and you're coming across at the crossing guard, and you come down here, traffic coming up this hill can't really see you. So it is imperative that we don't just fly across this crossing and that we do stop and wait and make sure that it is safe to cross. Okay, let's crack on with the next top tip. Okay, whilst I'm here and I've got you on this top tip, right, I've come slightly down here because what we've noticed is some students, especially when they're leaving, are doing what we call the diagonal. So rather than going up to the point of the crossing that you can see there on the lines, they are taking a more direct route. It's called the desire line. So they are crossing the road here. However, cars coming in may not be able to stop in time because you're not on the crossing, okay, and you might be coming in front of cars that are coming up this way to leave, okay? So please use the crossing lines. Thank you very much. Hi, next top tip really is for you and your parents. So if you are getting dropped off, like the other day was quite rainy, so I noticed a lot of people getting dropped off, understandably, then please can you remind your parents to do so in our specified kind of drop-off area. And please use the drop-off bay, as you can see that's on the floor, because then other traffic wanting to leave can get out and it helps our flow of traffic. Also, unless you have access issues, nobody should be dropped off beyond this point here. You'll notice in the morning, you might get one of our site staff who's on here just looking to see who wants to get access up, and they know who's got certain access arrangements. Okay, thank you very much. Let's move on. Okay, right, next top tip is really about the end of the day. So you'll have noticed that we've now got people stationed on duty at the end of the day at the top of our path that leads down the car park on one side and the new 3G on the other side. Now that is really about safety. Safety for you for 2 specific reasons. The first one is so that you're not interacting with the car park and cars leaving by going this way. So you'll either get told to go out the front way along a path or the side way where you get picked up down at the bottom in the drop-off zone. But the second and most important reason is in the morning when cars come in, they're staggered. And so the traffic is kind of a continuous slow flow. But on an afternoon, everyone's trying to leave at once. And therefore the unsafeness or the danger increases slightly. Okay, right, let's go to our final top tip. Okay, so our final top tip. And again, this really relates to the end of the day, but kind of relates to the start of the day. So I'm right at the front of school now. You'll notice we've got a few parking bays. So we've had a few occasions where students are walking out, understandably, but they're walking out and they're walking along this part, which is a road, okay, rather than on the paths. So what ideally we'd like you to do, please, is to stick to the paths. So on this side, the path is here, and also you've got a path on the other side, all the way around North Building, that goes that way. Ideal moment as a car comes to demonstrate. Now, the other issue here is that when cars are leaving, if you're on the road, they'll firstly be going slow because they've just set off. And secondly, in the dawn of the new age, we have electric cars which may not make too much noise, so you will not know that they are right behind you. We'll do our bit. We're going to limit the number of cars and vehicles up at the top. But can you do your bit, please? And please use the paths to leave school. Thank you very much. Really hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a beautiful day here. And thank you to my director and cameraman, Mr. Stoddart. All the best, guys. Bye for now.